Just walk around the house sometimes and just fiddle with things, which sucks because I want to videotape things so I can like vlog it. So there's going to be random elements in and around the things. Okay, anyways, here's the thing that I just found. Okay, I don't know if anybody saw it. There's these two wires here, and we were like, what are they? Where are they going? Inside the wall, there was nothing. It was behind some paneling. So I started pulling and prying. Here's what I found. This thing. What is that, you may ask? It's an old switch. It's got such a good feel, but I want to try and keep it, but I don't know what it's for. I need to figure out where those wires are going. They're obviously not doing anything, but you know, where they're going, and then try and figure out where the actual switch is, because it was just like slammed into the wall here. That's kind of fun. I'm assuming it's a downstairs light. That's cool. Neat. Where is my hammer? There we go. The nails, I think it's like you just nail the thing into the wall. I'm gonna have to take this thing apart and see what it looks like. But such a good, satisfying click of a sound. Yeah, I might put that somewhere. Why not? I'm putting off doing the formwork for the concrete. I'm scared, okay? We can do this, I believe in me. Okay, one last thing about this switch. I got everything off of it. So here's how this works. The face screws off. You unscrew it, and then that's where you connect your poles. Obviously there's no ground because it's old as hell. And then you just use one of these like openings and just put a nail through there, or a screw. And it just comes with this little cap. Like why didn't they just make this like new versions of this? I don't know. Maybe there's a cause like that on your wall, that's kind of cool. You know, it just sits there. Little pod. It's just a little bit prettier than what we've got now. Like, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the light switches here. I don't want them to look normal, and this is kind of giving me some ideas and some thoughts. Like, I love this idea of a screw-on plate. I don't know how I can implement that, but like this as a pod, like a line. If you had like a line of like 3 or 4 of these, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It's a good click. Every switch in this house, when I get the new switches, whatever they are going to be, is going to have a satisfying click. I knew I was missing something. Yes, we're sideways. It is this guy. I got to get rid of that. This is... Oh, I didn't... Here, I'm just going to move my little skull. This has to go because it's all rotten and rotted away. So I have to figure out how far back it goes. These things, here's the fun though. Let me get a hammer to show you where the fun is. Hello. Beam. The beam is then got these little kind of like spacers, I guess, and then there's another beam. I think that's actually part of the floor originally. But anyways, this is here. We don't need that. Not only is it not doing anything, but we don't need it. Oh, what is this? What are you? I'm gonna get you a little bit closer to see what the heck this stuff is. I was pointing at this thing. Termite damage. Old termite. Here's the interesting thing. Just a bunch of dead wood here. There's also a bit of concrete. So this is sand. There's dirt in that. This is the edge of the curb on the outside of the house. All of this is rotted away. And I have to figure out, A, what parts are actually doing any work, right? Because this just got knocked out. So I'm going to take a look at what other areas I can just knock out there. Hoping this one I can take out too. And then I'm going to look underneath there. And hopefully what I can do is, can I splice this thing? No, I'm probably going to have to find the edge of it. We're just going to have to start digging away at this. I'm gonna dig away and we'll see what we find. Look who's back. The old bottle jack. Here's what we have learned. We have learned that granite is hard and it started to chip away at my chip, which is what it's for. But we've learned that this is useless, right? Let me show you how useless it is. That's how useless it is. But this, I think, is this guy is a floor joist, I believe. Yeah. So if we believe that this is a floor joist, then it's sitting on the outside beam of the house, which is this, which is obviously not doing anything. Because if we go up here, we can see that there's a tiny space. Hard to see, but just up there, there's a tiny space. That's why I knocked this out, because this had lowered down. What I'm going to try and do is push this up and see if that makes this loose in a way. Hopefully it loosens this up. I can pull that out and I can figure out how far back I can cut it. That's the goal. But we will see if we've got enough stuff to stack. It's a bit of a tall. It's only got a 9-inch throw, so I do need to be taller. Let's see if I can find something else. Is this smart? It could be dumber. Let's just say that. What we're gonna do, don't fall. We're gonna take this stuff away. We're gonna start with our big pieces. Come to me. I'm starting to get a hang of like what makes it grainy and what doesn't. I think it's a lighting thing. I usually notice it too late. Plates. Then we put this. Then we put this. And then we put this. So I'm just gonna scooch this underneath. Is that straight? I'm not loving the not straightness of this. We're just testing this. We're not gonna put a ton of weight into this thing. I love how tight this wire is. It's really great. In theory, nothing should move. This should just go slightly higher. Okay. That's what you want from your beam. Cool. So we've just ever so slightly lifted it. So now what? Hi. I do know that there may be an issue up in the floor if I'm raising a beam because it's going to start to put a high point. So I don't want to raise it too high. But now the question is, do I want to carve this thing out now? How far is the rot? How far does it go? Because what I could do is I could just cut it, you know? Because over here it's loose, I think. One sec, let me check that. Yeah. Huh. This is pretty strange. Because there's some wet wood down here as well, and I didn't really process that. This is disconnected. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna cut it out. Sawzall, find a spot, see what happens. I haven't wrecked this house yet. It's dark because I only have one outlet on my power thingy. And it's powering that, so we're back in laser land. I think we just do it. You're too close. Are we just gonna do it? This feels crazy. Okay. We know that this is fully dead, right? So I'm gonna do it here. Just for my sanity. This is the right thing to do, right? I'm scared. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Here we go. Okay, let me just... I don't need this thing anymore. I made an environment. There's so much of this termite dust. You can see the, right here, it falls away. So, I cut one spot. That's all I did. And as you can see, it is actually, like, look at this. It's interesting. It sucks, but like, look at this. So that's a piece of wood. You just kind of shred it with your hands. Okay. So how do I get this out? Because now I've got the jack holding this in place. Ah, yes, that was doing something. There we go. Oh my God. Y'all gotta see this. Yeah. So this is now hitting on this. I just got something in my shoe. I gotta figure it out. Yeah, this was, that wood is not doing anything. And I keep saying that because I'm stressed. I'm slightly stressed that I'm gonna wreck something. So I keep saying this isn't doing anything so that my brain knows that even if this is here or if it's not here, it's not doing anything. So I can't get this out around this unless I might need to pry it out. Oh, there we go. That was it. It was caught. So now I think there's a nail holding this to this guy. There we go. Whew. All right, well, there's our bad beam. Now I might need to do this work pretty fast, and by fast I mean like I have to do it today. There's the crack. This is, hey, it's kind of interesting. Let me clear all this out, and I'll show you what's in there. So here's what we got. Beam stops. The nice thing about this is now we can see that this beam is actually not bad. The bottom of it still is like, you know, peeling away. This is the bad one. That's what I saw when I was peeling it off. So we know what the bad one is. I keep getting dirt in my shoes. This is that concrete that was poured. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I think we might be able to... Maybe not. We might need to go all the way back there with this beam. If we go all the way back there, we might be able to land on something, which is nice. Maybe we can go all the way back there. Over here, there's nothing underneath this joist, or this one, or that one. And then we've got some shenanigans up here. So up here, we've got this stuff. This is wet and bad, but that's okay, I think. What is this? Bones. I see bones. Interesting. And arthropods. So we'll see what's in there. It's just, where do I put the beam? I think what I might need to do is like put, like what I've got here, I might have to put one here and then one on the other side and just push underneath this to hold the whole thing up. Because that's cut, right? Like that's a sistered beam. That's not a, yeah, okay. Okay. Let's think this through a little bit. So I've got a dumb idea. My idea, so I put this post in here, which is not taking up, actually let me, a little bit, there we go. So I got this post in here, it's now, well anyways, the post is there. Don't worry about that. This is now not doing anything, right? There's no supports here. This was sitting on here, but I knocked it out. Here's what I'm thinking of doing. Taking the top of the stringer off so that I can then cut into the beam halfway on the pedestal so I can get a dimension so that I can actually load a new sistered 2x6 on the pedestal over to the corner and then onto a little column that I make. Why am I doing this at midnight? It's just who I am. This could sit here like this. I think I might want to cut the stringer because then my dad's showing up tomorrow and I can show him what I've done and he can bring his engineering brain into this. Yeah, so I'm thinking of cutting that stringer. I just have to find out how to do that because I could, circular saw is a little too tight. Sawzall, but I was trying to carve out a bunch of the back here. There's like a panel that I can maybe crack some more off of. I need more leverage is what I need. Ah, okay. We have screws. So this was kind of repaired. Scratch that. It was not kind of repaired. They saw something was falling apart and they went, well, throw a bunch of screws in here and hope that does something. All right. Hopefully this thing doesn't collapse under me. But it hasn't yet. Oddly enough, I actually need the other crowbar, not the good one. Shit's moving. Yeah, there's this like, it's literal panels of wood. There's just a little bit here. Yep. So hopefully I don't have to cut the stringer, but I will if I... See what we got. So that smells nice. We're just about there. There we go. Looky. That's what we wanted. Come check this. Right there, you can see this. That is the pier. We want to let half of the pier keep this, and the other half is going to take up our new beam. So we cut it somewhere around there. Give 2 or 3 inches. And hopefully that's enough, because we can't really give more than that. Do we cut it right now? I kind of want to. All right. My light died. But low. We did it. So the beam is still not great back there. It's pretty rotted out, but we now have access. Okay, cool. I think tonight we're gonna measure that. I should use gloves, shouldn't I? Give me a sec. Where are you, gloves, miss? Another skull. That's 2 skulls in this exact location. Now we have a better look at like whatever the hell this is. It's really cool. And it's mine. So let's I'm going to probably leave it here. I don't want to be cutting a bunch of stuff. I've got this brace here. This is not taking up the weight. Yeah, but we've got access to that. We're going to run a thing over. Then we're going to make the column in the corner and basically build a new little beam here. I'll put those pieces of wood back in here to help out. But yeah, I'm glad I did this now. Cool. 2 skulls.